After Murkomen being sent by his boss, dictator William Ruto, to scare Gachagua, he thought that those threats can amount to something. Now the Secretary General of DCP, CLEO Malala, has come out to tell Murkomen categorically that he should stop threatening Gachagua. He also said that when Gachagua is going to come back, they are going to mobilize over 300,000 people to welcome him, and I think it's supposed to be because when at the day Gachagua is coming out, there a political statement must be made. This is the truth. Okay? So CLEO Malala attacked Gachagua and attacked Murkomen and told him off. You know, these people who were in the opposition talked as if they were Democrats. Now they are talking as if they are dictators, threatening everyone. When CLEO Malala attacked Murkomen changed tune. First listen to CLEO Malala as was telling off Murkomen. He has a tape.
Nimeona hii mtu mwingine anaitwa nani, Julia Minister. Hii Murkomen. Kipchumba Murkomen anasema ati Rigathi Gachagua akifika airport ati akamatwe. Nataka kukuambia wewe Murkomen, kama wewe ni mwanaume, jaribu kamate Rigathi Gachagua. Sisi tumesema party leader wetu atatangaza ile tarehe atakuja, atatangaza ile ndege atatumia, atatangaza ile kiti atakalia kwa ndege na masaa ambayo ndege itafika hapa. Tumesema we are mobilizing more than 300,000 people waende wampokee kule airport, tuone kumshikia watu.
So that is CLEO Malala. By the way, CLEO Malala is a good fighter. It's like Boni Karwali. When you have CLEO Malala, he can fight for you. And Gachagua needs these leaders who come from outside Central Kenya, who can put the message where it's supposed to be. So Murkomen was threatened. Murkomen also doesn't have a balls of steel. One time he comes out to say that police should shoot and kill. The other time he denies. This time he came out to say that they are going to arrest Gachagua. He came out to deny now. Okay? Let me tell you, if you become a presidential contender when you have a big backing from your community, you cannot be arrested in Kenya. There are some people who cannot be arrested in Kenya even if they do something bad, because you will bring instability. Such people include Raila Amolo Odinga. You cannot arrest him even if he killed people like William Ruto. Gachagua is among that list. You cannot just arrest him like a chicken thief unless you want the country to be unstable. So Murkomen came out to threaten Gachagua of arrest, and afterwards he came out to deny. In fact, Murkomen said these statements. He has a tape.
I saw another man who sat where you are sitting the other day, disparaging our country, talking about issues of insecurity as though it's a joke, to the extent that he's talking about, he thinks that he's going to parade issues of terrorism in America for him to get votes. Your Excellency, we want to say without fear of contradiction, because he has said he has information and he knows, and he has an agent who is sitting in meetings with Al-Shabaab. As soon as he lands in Kenya, he must record a statement to tell us exactly which meetings he's doing with terrorists.
That is Murkomen. He was just stamping that the moment Gachagua comes up, he must record a statement. And recording a statement means if you're not Gachagua, like an ordinary MP, they arrest you from your house, take you to the police station to make a statement. That cannot be done on Gachagua. Gachagua is past that. If you arrest Gachagua, you can cause instability in Kenya. Now, after Murkomen being owned by CLEO Malala, he came out with a softer tone, since he's a minister for interior, saying that speaking in parables that he's not going to arrest Gachagua, and indeed he can't, because Gachagua is past some ordinary arrest. There are some people arrested in Kenya that you can bring instability. In fact, Murkomen said this statement. Listen very carefully. Here's a tape.
If the former deputy president has any information that is worth consideration, not just by local, even international.
The other tone was somehow louder. This one is even softer. Now it's saying if the deputy president can come back and work with government, blah, blah. Listen.
institutions. If he has that information, he must record it with the DCI as soon as he arrives in the country so that we can take him seriously. Until then, we will just consider it a part of his continuous comedy and caricature that he has become in everything he says out there. You know, a person who poses for a photo, for every step he passes through the airport, he's looking for the airport police to take a picture with. And that is a big thing. He's going to show us that, oh, he met airport police officers when he went to the US. That is a joke. It's a total joke. Or somebody who goes to amusement park in a technology company, then starts saying, I had an engagement in an amusement park as a tourist. How many of us have gone to amusement parks as tourists when we travel out there? And then you start saying, oh yeah, this is what and so forth. The only thing you can go and write...
You clearly see that the entire government machinery sees GACAGUA as a threat. You cannot tell me that someone is outside the country in the United States and every machinery from the spokesperson of government, from the minister, from everyone is attacking GACAGUA. However, I've realized one thing, that amidst all this what is happening, at first Mountain Kenya MPs were coming out to fight GACAGUA. Now they are mute because they understand GACAGUA is a juggernaut who's going to take them home. It's only a small percentage like in Ichungwa and others who are attacking GACAGUA. As other Mountain Kenya MPs are mum, because they know what GACAGUA is. And GACAGUA's candidature is a juggernaut that every candidate who comes from Mountain Kenya has us one step forward in State House. For as long as he does his calculation well and gets a better running mate who has a backing. And this time around, for me, I pray that GACAGUA gets a running mate from Western Kenya, because Western Kenya is going to be a determinant in the politics of the country. They are the second biggest. For as long as can sweet talk Kalonzo to sit down, or to sweet talk Kalonzo to run for president, so that Kalonzo, because I know if Kalonzo runs for the president, the least he can get is from his community. So anyone who comes out to discredit GACAGUA doesn't know politics. If you see the entire government machinery coming out hard on GACAGUA, you just know that GACAGUA is a force to knock with. Another video showed when GACAGUA came out to say that William Ruto was dealing with the terrorist. MURKOMEN came out and said a lot of things until the evidence was shown when MURKOMEN was having a discussion with the Al-Shabaab. In fact, this video was done by some people giving GACAGUA's statements, but also showing evidence that MURKOMEN has ever come out to say that they are talking with the terrorist. Let me first play it for you. Here's the tape.
When five chiefs were abducted by Al-Shabaab, he said that they will go into negotiation with the Al-Shabaab to have them released. How can you negotiate with people you do not know? And since they were released after negotiations, the CS Interior knows much more than anybody else on who are the leaders of Al-Shabaab, because he said publicly that he'll initiate negotiations for the release of the 5 chiefs who were abducted. The 5 chiefs were released after successful negotiations with Al-Shabaab. So the CS Interior knows whom he negotiated with. So if he wants information as who are the leaders of Al-Shabaab, he is in a better position to tell the people of Kenya and the world and the Americans, because he has already had business with them that has been successful.
So that was GACAGUA when he was accusing, because GACAGUA came out to say that the government works with Al-Shabaab and MURKOMEN threatened him. So the evidence was put out where MURKOMEN was acknowledging that they have ever worked with Al-Shabaab to negotiate the release of some chiefs. The video surfaced. This is the video I was talking about.
Chiefs who are abducted. Again, negotiations are ongoing. The good news is that the contract is there. There are interlocutors that are working on it, and we believe that eventually the situation will be sorted. I do not wish to say more than that because of the security situation, and it's important to keep it as it is, because what is primary for the Republic of Kenya is the safety of our chiefs across that border.
Immediate effect commence to identify them, to document them, and to expose all
So that is
the
Gachagua
members.
fighting the system. And for me, I think Gachagua is the first to recognize the only maybe problem is Gachagua has not had a lot of experience in the presidency and how to look for the votes. At least. It's not, Ruto was under the system under Moi, Uhuru Kenyatta twice and him. And Raila Amolo Odinga maybe in 2007 looking for votes. Gachagua only lacks the experience, but the favor and the tide is not against him. Gachagua will win the presidency come 2027 because he has the largest voting basket behind him. The only things he needs to do, he should start moving across the Kenya. He should build his candidature not to represent the interest of Mountain Kenya, but represent the entire Kenya. That's how things are done. And for me, I wish Gachagua can defeat these hypocrites who used to stand for the constitution. But since they're in the government now, they are backtracking. William Ruto has broken everything he stood against. He's the one who came out to say that Uhuru was working with Raila, there was no opposition. He was the first person to bring Raila in government, even before the first term ended. He talked about killings. They are now killing people. Ruto has failed, and he needs a person like Gachagua to defeat him. Of course, that's my opinion. Do drop me your comments if you are the first on this video. Subscribe, like, and comment. I remain yours truly, Kabiyesula Imana Mawagali. See you on another one. Peace.